This is 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, I'm Kate Collin and this is 6 Minute English, and today I'm joined by Rebecca Byrne. Hi Rebecca.
Hi Kate.
Well, I'm happy to say that summer is finally here and the sun is shining, although in the UK we can never be sure for how long. But for the moment anyway, everyone seems to be sunning themselves outside in the parks and gardens while they try to build up their tans.
Yes, the practice of tanning, or making your skin go brown, is very popular with some people here in the UK. It's probably because the weather is not so good for most of the year, and people associate being tanned with feeling and looking healthy.
Tanning is so popular that you can often see very dark tanned people in the middle of winter, which is always rather surprising.
Well, yes, but I'm sorry to tell you that in most cases it's unlikely that their tan will be real. Most of the time it's fake and comes from a special cream or from going on a sunbed. A sunbed is a machine which produces light similar to sunlight. You can lie down on it and it gives you a tan similar to the one you would get if you sunbathed on a beach. So you can see why sunbeds are popular in colder countries.
But being tanned or brown hasn't always been desirable in our society. Here's my question for this week. Which designer first made it fashionable to have tanned skin? Was it A. Yves Saint Laurent, B. Coco Chanel, or C. Gianni Versace?
I think I know this one actually. I think it was Coco Chanel.
OK, well, we'll find out the correct answer at the end of the programme. Having a tan is regarded differently all over the world. In some countries, it's seen as attractive, and in other parts of the world, people want to be as pale as possible. What about you, Rebecca? Are you trying to get a tan this summer?
No, not really. I'm really quite pale-skinned, and so it's practically impossible for me to go brown, unfortunately.
I'm afraid I'm exactly the same. I never really try to get a tan.
Oh, I know. I think we're both living in the wrong era in history, as before the 20th century, the fashion was for pale skin. Only the poor were tanned, as they often had to work outside. And the upper classes covered their bodies and hid behind wide-brimmed hats which provide lots of shade, and parasols, a type of sunshade which looks a bit like an umbrella designed to provide shade from the sun. Or they even used cosmetics to make their skin look lighter.
But by the 1920s, being outdoors and having a tan was suddenly in vogue, which means fashionable. And since then, many women have aspired to have brown skin. Now we're going to hear from a lady called Ilda De Vico. She mentions a sun lounger. Now this is a type of long chair which people lie down on to sunbathe. Have a listen. Does she like tanning or does she prefer to stay pale?
When we go on holiday, I do not move from my sun lounger, and all I do is turn while my husband bastes me so I can get the maximum amount of sun I can, to get as brown as I can, to relax and do absolutely nothing.
Wow, she sounds like a professional sun worshipper. A sun worshipper is someone who likes sunbathing very much. She said her husband bastes her, and this is a very strange choice of word, as baste means to grease a piece of meat while it is cooking.
Ooh. Well, let's have another listen and see if you can hear exactly what her views are on being brown. She mentions fake tan. What's this?
Fake tan refers to a type of body cream which essentially dyes your skin brown.
OK, well, let's have a listen to the next extract.
Everyone thinks they look better brown because you see everyone out there and it's either the makeup, the foundation, the fake tan. You see the celebs on the TV, they're all sprayed up. Being tanned is popular.
She definitely thinks that people look better brown and thinks that it is very popular at the moment. She mentioned ways of creating a false tan: makeup, foundation and fake tan. These are all types of creams to create a tan. She also mentioned the word celeb. This is short for celebrities, famous people who appear in magazines and on TV. Some celebrities are very tanned indeed.
Yes, that's absolutely true, but personally, I have to say I don't really like the fake tan look very much. Some people just overdo it and end up looking orange.
That's true.
Well, let's have a look at some of the vocabulary we've come across today. First of all, we had sunbed, which is a machine which produces light similar to sunlight, and you can lie down on it and it gives you a tan similar to the one you would get if you sunbathed on a beach.
Wide-brimmed hats, which are hats which provide lots of shade.
A parasol is a type of sunshade which looks a bit like an umbrella, and it's designed to provide shade from the sun.
In vogue means to be fashionable.
Sun lounger is a type of long chair that you lie down on to sunbathe.
And sun worshipper. This is when someone likes sunbathing very much.
Baste means to grease a piece of meat while it is cooking.
Fake tan refers to a type of body cream which essentially dyes your skin brown.
And celeb, or celebrities, which are famous people who appear in magazines and on TV. And finally, the answer to the question I asked you earlier: which fashion designer made tanning popular?
And I said Coco Chanel?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. It was Coco Chanel. In 1923, she stepped off a yacht after cruising from Paris to Cannes with a suntan which she had gained by mistake. And since then, sunbathing has been popular.
Wow, so it was all just an accident.
It appears so. That's all we have time for today. Thanks for joining me, Rebecca. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
That was 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.